All right, so over the last couple of hours, the question that I have been getting over and over again is Carbon, which is the best money-making rod in the second sea. Now, technically, there's two answers to this, and there's sort of a reason why. It's no secret that with the introduction of the second sea, we obviously have a boatload of bugs in the game right now. It's kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of us saw this sort of coming, especially when the update was delayed for 3 or 4 hours. Now, the reason why I said that there is technically two answers to this is because it's sort of obvious right now that the free spirit rod, which is over here in the Isles of the New Beginning, is pretty much the best rod right now. If we come over here to the official Fish Wiki, I can go ahead and give you guys a full detailed breakdown on what the passive ability is in case you haven't been able to get your hands on this yet. Now, the rod has a 20% chance to activate its skeletal flowering passive, which rains purple gemstones from the air, applying the bloom mutation. This bloom mutation sells for 5x value. But what makes it really unique is the fact that this rod technically has two passive abilities. The second one is that it also has the stab ability on it, very similar to like the Trident rod or the No Life rod, the Azure of Lagoon rod, where basically it progressively does a bunch of different slashes that increases the progress bar, making it a lot easier to complete. To my knowledge, even though it's not stated here, it does max out to a total of 50%, and then it won't give you any more slashes. Now, the thing is that this rod is technically supposed to give you a mass amount of barrages. I believe it's like a total of 10 of them, but currently the way that it works is it just sort of gives you regular slashes. If you notice right there, it's just doing one slash and then it'll do another one occasionally. And then of course you have the raining of the gems. Oh boy, negative 90%. Please, this is not good right now. Not the time to go ahead and get an exotic. We're good though, because this rod actually makes it super easy to catch this. Easy whispering eel, let's go. This little guy right here, negative 90%. But as I was saying before, I'm not 100% sure if that's sort of like a bug right now and it'll be fixed later on, because technically speaking, when I was told about it, the way that it was meant to work was that it would rain the entire, gems and give the bloom mutation. And then on top of that, it would drop a barrage of sort of like stabs, equaling out to a total of 50%. Very similar to, like, for example, the Seraphic rod when it first came out. Not sure if maybe closer to release, they ended up figuring out that that's just way too overpowered. But either way, because of the fact that this has the bloom mutation mixed in with the stab and all of the really good stats that it has, including the really high luck at 150%, this rod is technically the best moneymaker in the game right now. Throw Hasty on this as well as a good lure speed bait and you're good to go. Now, the problem with this is that it's sort of temporary. Now, obviously, we need to test this once everything gets fixed, but in theory, the Dreamer rod is supposed to be a better option since it's sort of a better version of something like, for example, the Forgotten Fang or even the Rod of the Depths. In case you aren't aware, right now we're in the Cursed Island. If you go ahead and sort of climb up here, leaning up against the tree up here is where you will find the Dreamer rod. This bad boy is valued at 500,000 and it's sort of bugged in every single aspect right now. For starters, as far as I'm aware, this rod is only purchasable if you have every single other rod in the game unlocked. On top of that, you were also supposed to get like different mutation fishes in order to even be able to unlock this, but in its current state, apparently people are just able to buy it with 500,000 and call it a day. Aside from that, the Cthulhu passive on this is sort of bugged right now. And that's the whole entire reason why I'm saying that, technically speaking, the free spirit being the best rod might be a limited time thing, assuming this bad boy right here ends up performing really, really good, considering it does have very good stats. What is going on with the sun? I feel like it just went day and night in a matter of like 30 seconds. So now the next portion of this video, I want to explain to you guys where you should be currently fishing in the game in order to be able to make the most amount of money. And that, of course, is going to be Isles of the New Beginnings. Specifically, you want to be fishing here at nighttime. The reason for this is because most of the lower end fish are only available during the daytime. Meanwhile, all of the higher end fish, which are from rare all the way up to pretty much the mythical one, are only found specifically at nighttime. The exotics technically don't have a preference, so really the sole purpose here is for the legendary as well as the mythical. I mentioned this already in my video yesterday, but remember, in order to be able to purchase the free spirit rod, you do need more than just the 200k. You have to pretty much complete the entire second sea bestiary at least 70%. Now, of course, we always end up doing a time lapse in one of these videos videos, and I really want to do one for this, just so that way you can get a general idea on how much this is sort of making within a one full night cycle. I don't know exactly how this is going to go right now because I don't exactly have the luxury of having a server to myself, so somebody could potentially pop a sundial. Anyways, let me go ahead and sell my inventory here so that way we can see just how much we actually earn. And right there, I made myself 3,700. And the next thing that you guys will see is us doing a full one night cycle inside of this island so you can see how much we're earning within that time frame with the free spirit rod. All right, so right there, we've got ourselves a full night cycle. And in total, we actually caught 5 exotics, which is pretty good, to be honest. Unfortunately, none of them are bloom mutation, but as far as overall things that we got of bloom, we got a pretty decent amount. Now, to be fair, only one of these is a mythical. The rest of them are really just kind of like uncommons, rares, and 2 legendaries. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how much we actually make out of this. I'm probably going to guess maybe close to 100K, which, I mean, doesn't seem like a lot, but obviously these are only a 5x mutation and it's sort of like starting all over again. Anyways, let's take a look here. Sell inventory. How much are we going to make? 52,382. So again, it doesn't exactly seem like a lot, but obviously this is an entirely new sea, and we are sort of depending our prices on some of the crazy mutations that we had in the first sea. Now, obviously with an Aurora active, this would be way better, specifically in this island right here. I've tried this multiple times in every single one of the islands, and I've pretty much gotten the best results here. And I actually thought that the Fishipedia hadn't been updated, but it looks like the Fishipedia is also even saying that Isles of the New Beginnings is technically the best for a pretty good mixture between XP as well as money. And if you have an Aurora active, then Islands of the New Beginning is just overall the best. But for XP, which seems to be what a lot of people are sort of going for right now because everyone is trying to make that push to level 2,500, Azure Lagoon technically is the best option right now. This is assuming that you don't really care about money and you're kind of done with all the rods. I'll be honest, man, I came here for the bestiary and that was pretty much it. Yes, I was earning pretty good XP, but I didn't really spend too much time here because the amount of money that I was making was just not worth it, to be honest. Now that we're actually here, this rod right here, it obviously has the downside of having a negative control, but with the 55 resilience on it, it makes it really good for someone like me that just is really bad at catching some of the fish. I mean, this is obviously no surprise. But yeah, man, overall, I think that this is going to be sort of like a temporary thing. Eventually, in the next couple of days, if not within the next couple of hours, we'll more than likely be changing this video around if the Dreamer Rod is actually as good as I think it's going to be. Because honestly, man, at the end of it all, it could end up just being just really trash. But then again, Rod of the Depths, I'm pretty sure when it first came out, it was also trash. Eventually, it got like super tweaked to the point where it became one of the best rods during that update time frame. I don't know. In the comment section, let me know, those of you that have both of the rods, Free Spirit as well as the Great Dreamer Rod, which one are you preferring right now? The biggest issue with Cthulhu right now is that he sort of pops up, but I think it's because of the fact that they have like that 1 minute cooldown in between every single time that he can dupe a fish. It just sort of doesn't work because at the same time he's supposed to dupe a fish every second fish that you catch. So it just sort of doesn't really make all that much sense to me. Like right now he spawns in, but he doesn't give me a dupe fish because he's technically still on that cooldown from less than a minute ago. So that's kind of the unfortunate side of it right now. I don't know if that's ever going to get changed or if that's how they intended it to be. But for the time being, I will continue to call it a bug. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I got something in the works for you guys. We will have it up bright and early tomorrow. I know that these videos have sort of been coming out a little bit later, and it's because I'm sort of recovering from not really sleeping yesterday. So yeah, I will see you guys early tomorrow with another video. You don't want to miss it. Turn on notifications and take care.